It's going.
I did it again.
No, that wasn't your fault. I said let's start again.
Live from Kels' shed. That's right. We are in Kels' shed with flies and mattresses and odd ends of carpet. It's pretty fancy stuff. It's pretty sharply special. But it really shows you the difference between a shed and a studio.
If you say so.
Well, your house, your place, that's a studio.
It's not a studio. It's still my shed. It looks just like this.
I walk in, I'm like, shit.
It's still full of stuff at the moment. It's even more full of stuff at the moment.
Are you recording yourself or?
No, I keep telling myself I should take a photo of us doing this, and I never do. And so I'm trying to work out how cameras work.
While you do that, I'm going to put a hat on.
Yeah. Well, I was going to do a panoramic shot of what everything going on in the studio is, of the shed studio. So we'll start with there, and we'll go. And then I'll spin around to me.
And ejaculation, and it's game over.
Okay. I don't know if that worked, but so it did work, motherfucker. That actually looks really cool. Okay, cool. I'll put that online. So welcome to this week's episode of Before You Jump. So as Kel said, we are in his garage. We're recording. It is 9:34 p.m. Kels has just locked in his picks for his...
Are we going to talk about it? Yeah, okay. So
for his rugby league secret fantasy.
You got here about 40 minutes ago, like, with a bounce in your step, all good to go, and then I was all flustered, and it's like, because I thought the NRL started in 2 weeks' time. It starts in about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And I take this shit seriously, dog, for real.
Yeah.
But you've just been sitting here while I've been panicking. I've got a half-assed team.
Yeah.
But it's there.
Hey, you gave me time to masturbate, so, at least there's that.
Yeah, that's probably why. Have you seen my eyes a bit sore?
Yeah.
Right now? Skeet, motherfucker. Skeet,
Yeah.
goddamn. Do you know what's cool about doing it in my own shed? Is I can have a cigarette right now.
Yeah, you can.
I know. I do it. And I still feel bad, because it's like you're a non-smoker.
I am.
Anyway.
So to describe the action, Kels is trying to light his cigarette with a blowtorch, but the fan right next to him keeps putting it out. Rightfully
it's cool
so.
because I can do that, and then it blows the smoke away. From you.
Okay.
Here we go. I'm very courteous.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
So we got 3 things to cover today.
Do we?
We
never have an agenda at the start of any podcast.
So I have an agenda. So while you're locking it in, I decided that we're going to have an agenda.
Okay, lay it on me, because we've got 3 things on the agenda. Do you want to name all 3, or are you going to go one at a time and surprise me?
Well, it's up to you. You can choose. No, we'll go. I'll lay out the agenda. Otherwise, we won't stick to it. So one is you're gonna tell a story of how you lost your virginity as promised.
Right off the bat, I didn't promise that. You said that we were going to do that.
Yeah.
You put it.
I didn't say as promised by you. I just said as promised. 2, we're going to check in on our mental health. And 3, I've got 2 awesome hypothetical questions to ask you that that I will ask you at the end of the show.
2 hypotheticals.
2 hypotheticals, yeah. Now, the reason for the 2 hypotheticals is last night I put a post on our Facebook page. Now, if you're not following us on Facebook, please do. It's just Before You Jump. Just look it up. And I said, we're recording tomorrow. What would you like us to answer? And you know what was asked?
What?
Not a fucking thing. So I came up with my own damn questions.
Well, that's my fault. I haven't done anything. That's because you do. Because we're in a way the perfect couple. Like yin and yang. Okay,
Yeah.
Fuck you. That was not meant to laugh at that response. That was your natural. Or that was organic.
My mind went straight to the sex. That's all.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's okay. That's forgivable. Yeah. Because you do all the sound engineering, like the editing, and I know nothing about that shit. Like I have to yell out to my daughter like, how do I do this? And she's like, she rolls her eyes like,
Yeah.
Boof. I'm like, I knew that. So you do that, and I know all that like online marketing stuff, and like, I just haven't done it yet because I'm still, I run like a typical Aussie blue collar like roster where I'm 4 days on, 4 days off of my health, and when I do, when I have my good days, the first day or 2 is catching up on everything, and then I've found lately, before we go into this hypothetical, actually, do you want to go to the mental health first?
Yeah,
now
okay.
that I've
Let's just go into it. Go for it.
Because like one thing I've found is I've got like ADD now in a way. Like I find it really hard to sit and concentrate on things because I know the imminent like sickness is coming, and I've just haven't done I haven't done anything in terms of I haven't done anything on our online presence at all. So when you say that you put something on our Facebook page and no one said anything, it's because we haven't done anything with it.
Yeah, we actually haven't advertised the Facebook
So
page.
you know, in saying that, now we'll hop back to the first one. What was the questions that you came up with? And like you said, no one said anything, so you came up with your own.
No, we'll cover those at the end.
Okay.
We'll do those at the end. Let's. Do you
Mental
want
health.
mental health? How are you feeling?
I have been. It's been really roller coaster, man. Like,
Yeah.
Like really, like good highs and real just lows. Like brutal lows. Lately. There's a lot of stuff going on in personal life. Daughter, like her school, her education and whatnot. That's been taxing. Her being emotional all the time, but she's 15. She can't help that. Last night, for instance, she was in the room. She was like kind of crying. She doesn't really want to talk about it. So, had like a little 5-minute dad speech. Showed her that I loved her. That's everything, you know. She's like, thanks, Dad. She's crying, and then she was still like all shitty and whatnot. And then she came out here, and then she brought up the 2nd of January incident, or the 1st of January incident.
Gotcha. Yeah.
She was like, Dad. Do I still need to go get a pregnancy test? And we've talked about this heaps, and the fact that she brought it up, because I just don't want to talk about it anymore. That's fish and chip paper. Yesterday's news, don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, move
she
on.
brought it up, and so not only are you bringing it up again, I can't get that side out of my head. Thank you for bringing that back in. First of all, she walked into the man cave. You're in the man cave right now. You're not a man.
Yeah.
And then we've already talked about it, so I sort of said, well, what do you mean? Then she snapped at me, and she went all angry and shitty, stormed out. And then I could hear her crying with my mum inside. And then 10 minutes later, she comes in, all like, hey, Dad. I'm like, oh, you're in a bit of a mood. She's like, I ate. This turns out I was hangry. I was like, fucking hangry. Oh, because they get once a month.
Yeah.
A woman have this hall pass where they can just absolutely be just a bunch of bitches, man. They can swear your head off. They can be stroppy. You know, blah blah blah. They, you know, cussing away at you, and you just have to just take it and swallow it down because it's their like time of the month, and that's fine because we don't have vaginas. We don't know what it feels like. It looks horrible and messy.
Fuck. These are the opinions of Kelvin.
No, I'm talking about the repercussions of a period. It looks horrible. Trust me, I do the washing sometimes.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so you don't want to hear that?
Nope.
That's cool. I'm going to tell you that afterwards because you know.
Look, I know. I just don't need to know about your daughter's period, to be honest.
Okay, cool.
Like,
yeah. Well, now they get to be every time they're angry.
Yeah.
Because they're hungry, so they get to be angry.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think men should have one. We should
period.
have it.
I believe men do have a period.
You really?
Yeah, I honestly, mostly married men, I think they have an emotional week.
Is it a 1 week a month?
No, I honestly believe this.
But
there's no. I don't put any proof behind
yeah,
this.
but that means there's no. That means you can't get away with it because there's no reason for it. You're just being a cunt right now, right? So like men should have a. I reckon like men's Mondays. So like on Mondays we can just be like, shut up, bitch! You made me a coffee, and then she's like, and then someone's like, it's Monday. Oh, is that why he's acting like that? Oh, okay, that's forgivable. Like we should be allowed to be, because sometimes, man, you just get your head bitten off. Like I don't know. I just yeah. So my daughter's been causing me a lot of stress. She's been
Okay.
And like the depression's been really, really, really bad.
Yeah.
And on top of that, as you know, I finally got my first vaccination shot.
Yeah, well done. Yay.
Why did you sound retarded?
I was yawning.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, mate.
Well, you got to hit every demographic. I get it.
Hey, Bob, this podcast's real good.
It's just like, did your father sleep with Selma Hayek?
Yeah.
Just wondering.
They really speak to me.
I understand them on so many levels. What do they say in comedy? Don't punch down. We are punching absolutely to the ground.
Fuck that fucking saying. That's what. Anyway, no, I'm not gonna go.
Well, I had my first, and for those that don't know, I ever since the vaccinations all came out like last year, I've had, you know, let's say 10. I don't know how many. I've lost count. Like professional opinions, and it was just split. Really, like for every time a doctor's like, yes, you need to get it. What are you talking about? You of all people, there'll be the next person that's like, well, we don't really know because your medical history. Like no one trains to have someone like me who's just a unique combination of drugs and
yeah.
blah blah blah. And it just got to the point where I just my depression was getting worse and worse, and I actually knew why from last year. The lessons learned from last year was I need a creative outlet. Like I need to be doing stuff, and and for me at the moment, because I'm not writing at the moment because I'm getting back on my feet again. But comedy was my creative outlet. So you're writing material, you're like performing on stage. That was when that was taken away from me.
Yeah.
I found that I was living just swimming in my thoughts all the time because I had no release.
Gotcha.
So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just roll the dice, and then they so I rang ahead to the pharmacy in Vogel Street, and I got treated like a VIP, man. Like the guy owned it. He came along, we sat down, and he was like looking at my rap sheet, so to speak. And he was like, he's like, oh, do I have to do the Chinese? I'm gonna do it, the Chinese accent. He was like, oh, it's.
You don't have to, no.
Okay. Well, it sounds weird.
But I would like you to, yes.
Like, it's.
Can you do it as the guy from the prank videos?
The guy from the prank videos.
Yeah.
Oh, like a somebody, fuck you, big boy.
Yeah, that one. Can do it as that.
You're lucky long time.
If we're gonna be racist, let's be fucking super racist.
This is like, oh, you've been so long since you had vaccination. It's been a long time. I can't do it. Fucking, oh, you don't die today. I have no time to resusc you. I don't like a somebody. Fuck you, big boy. Oh, God.
For those who don't know, when you finish with us, not now, when you're done with us, please go on Facebook and look up Ownage Pranks. That's the name of the Facebook page. Anyway,
so I sat there, I got the shot, and he was just like, I sit with you. I was like, why? He's like, just in case. And he was put his hands up, and I was sitting there, and I was just like, I can tell you, my anxiety was absolutely through the roof, because I had a hay fever. Jab a few years ago, and it put me in hospital. So I was sitting there like, I've had doctors tell me don't do this, blah blah blah, like and then every time like my body would move, I'm like, okay, nothing. Like, achoo, just a sneeze. Okay, sweet. and it was all good. So like, okay, that's the first one, and then I was hanging out with I'm gonna break the streak. We said last time we weren't gonna mention his name.
No, just don't mention his name.
Okay, person that we always mention on this podcast, good friend of ours.
You hang out with a mate.
Hang out with a good friend of ours. Starts in M, ends in organ.
Oh man.
Loophole. So he dropped me home, and he was, asking when's your next one? And I was like, it's a couple of Thursdays. I gave him the appointment card in my pocket. And he's like, fuck yeah, you're doing comedy that night. I'm like, huh? He's like, that's an open mic night, and guess who's emceeing? I was like, Dylan.
Yeah, you're like, someone good.
I'll start from the top. I'll start from the top. Dylan, Tommy, Justin, Tracy, Asante. I'm scraping the barrel now. Oh, you? Oh, okay, that's cool. Good for you. No, he's an amazing MC, by the way.
He is.
He's like, I was like, really? He's like, fuck yeah. So,
I'm signing up for that show now.
So 2 weeks time, I get to jump. Oh, thank God, man. Like,
I'm signing up.
And it was funny because then when he told me that, it was now that I have, because obviously when you have all this stuff going on, depression, anxiety, whatever your horrible thing you deal with or horrible things you deal with, you start learning things that help you get by. Some people like the John Kerwin on ads back in the day. He liked to cook. That was his way of just winding down. Us exercising.
Yeah, I know, right? That's the only reason I remembered is I laughed real hard.
Yeah, it's like exercise.
And then I cried for 9 days.
And then, I just swallowed down my pride and shame and sadness for Burger King. But then I found having that, now that I have comedy's back on the calendar again, this is bearing in mind I don't die from the second one, shot. I found that whenever I was starting to feel like you start to slipping, or the black dog, so to speak, the barking's getting loud. It's coming. Yeah. I found I could just sit down and start writing stuff, and it would go away.
Gotcha.
So the depression, the mental health has been it's been really hard. I found that when I hang out with like yourself and Morgan, and last night I hung out.
Oh, you did it,
Morgan, and I did it.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
say the name. Doesn't matter. Keep going.
Say
Next
my
week.
name. Say my name.
Next week.
I always say Morgan. I found that hanging out with friends as well, like family.
Yeah.
I've been proactive in trying to, because sometimes I just let it take over, and I would be in my bed for 3 days.
Yeah.
And then I get people now like, been listening to your podcast. Your depression's not that bad, is it? Because you're always so
Chipper.
chipper. Yeah, I'm just like,
Because we record on the good days.
yeah, oh, like
For the most part.
yeah, like in the most part, but no, like it's been okay. Like it just it's an ongoing thing. I had a really bad one where I had another blackout in here. I had a blackout. I'm gonna share this. I was in here, like I was just emotional, and I didn't know what was going on, and then I chucked on YouTube and I just chucked a random playlist on, and fucking hell, the very first song that played was the song at Dad's funeral, like "Wonderful Tonight" by Eric Clapton.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And it was on loud, and just like this is kind of funny. So as you see, I've got a mouse here, right?
Yeah.
And it started playing, and I went to go like to turn it off, and then I unplugged this. I unplugged it, and then like because I'm sort of like flustered now because the song was playing, I was just I couldn't get in the hole, Dylan. I was just like and then it just was playing, and I just sat here and just let it play.
Yeah.
And that did not help my emotional state.
Yeah.
But then I could feel like I guess because I got just lost in the moment, I had another one of those little blackouts.
Yeah.
Like the same one I had the last time, the January 2nd, right?
Yeah.
And then when I sort of came to, I was standing over there and I was holding that fucking extension cord. Dude.
You gotta get rid of that.
I do, right?
Yeah, you literally have to give it to your mum and be like,
It's
put
stupid.
this away.
Now that you said that, as soon as you said that, I'm like, why haven't I got rid of it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you like So I sort of came to like I was standing over there. So one minute I was sitting here, just all up in my feels and shit, and then I walked over there to where the door of the garage, and I sort of came to, and I was holding the extension cord, but instead of freaking out at last time throwing it, I was just looking at it, and I'm like, why is this happening? Like I don't want to get to a point where I can't be trusted by myself.
Yeah.
But that was, it was scary. It was shit. And then I've had like good moments too. So all in all, it's been a bit of a roller coaster. What about yourself?
I've had a really weird week.
Might go inside, make a sandwich.
Okay. So if you're listening to this, you won't believe it. So you probably the last thing you heard was Kels going, "So how have you been?" And then literally a minute and a half after that, the batteries in our Zoom H2N went flat.
But that was about a quarter of an hour ago.
Yeah,
It was
I've been talking
beautiful, deep and meaningful from Dylan.
I was going deep. So I'm gonna recap it.
Hey man, you have to DiCaprio it. You like those actors that have these like emotional scenes and they do them 30 times. Well, you're just gonna have to, dig deep and find that inner DiCaprio and.
I'm gonna go over what I said, but it's gonna be very brief.
Yeah, it's a shame. You guys should have been there.
It was amazing. Kels was crying. I was crying.
Yeah. Doves appeared out of nowhere.
Flies came, landed on the
And
table,
Prince
and
just
said, "I'm
appeared.
sorry."
Prince appeared and just started like playing Purple Rain.
Oh fuck! Funny you say that. I've been listening to a lot of Prince this week too.
Yeah.
So weird you bring that up. Prince and not Elvis Costello. Prince and Roy Orbison.
Roy Orbison. Okay.
Yeah.
Buzzy.
I got on a thing. I fell down a hole.
Yeah.
Of Roy Orbison and Prince.
I've been listening to 2 albums lately. Like
which ones?
The new Snoop Dogg album and Gorilla Black. So still gangster rap. I haven't changed my stripes. So you have gone quite.
I have quite a big eclectic.
I do as well.
Of
Just
music.
lately,
Do you know what I mean?
I've just been in this kind of like chip on my shoulder, sort of like you get down and then you're angry that you're down, and I just need like some fucking gangster rap to be like, yeah.
All right, fair enough. We all go through those phases.
Anyway.
Okay, so how am I going this week?
Take 2. How about
Here
you,
we go,
bro?
yeah.
How have you? This is how I sounded, I reckon.
Yeah.
No, so
That's not how you say.
how have you been going? Are you?
So
Why are you talking like that? Because I had a stroke.
So how have I been this week? Okay. I've been struggling with work. Working from home is very hard to be motivated, and the lack of motivation is giving me a wee bit of
Stop
depression.
saying it like you're going reading it off a page like bullet points.
'Cause I
You're just
am.
like, here we go. Let's okay. The
Well,
meeting
this is
today.
what
We're
I'm
gonna
gonna-
cover this
So,
and this and this.
so for work, we have to work in bubbles. So we're week on, week off. I've literally this week just started my week off because I've been full time on because we've been so busy. But I'm struggling with the working from home because when I'm at home, I'm struggling with motivation to do work, which I don't normally have when I'm at work. And I think the reason is because my wife's there and my son's there, and I kind of just want to be with them.
Can't separate it, mate.
Yeah, you can't. And so that the lack of motivation has given me a lot of depression. The other thing, I'm trying to remember what I covered now apart from my grandmother.
I can remember everything. Yeah.
I also explained my mental health condition, which I'm gonna leave that till next week because I don't want to redo that all again.
Do you want me to like write some stuff on cue cards?
No.
Oh, that's a shame. Oh, yeah, we'll move on. But
So okay, I'll do it. I'll very briefly cover so I have a form of bipolar that's different from normal bipolar, right? And the reason I bring this up because I actually did a fair bit of research on it as well when I was not motivated to work.
yeah,
I was like, I
that's
need
good.
to understand this more.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah.
So like normally if you have bipolar, it goes in fairly mid to long waves. So your wave goes up, and then your wave crashes down, and then your wave goes up and then crashes
Long
down.
swings, eh?
Yeah, and they tend to be long swings. They can be anything from like a week to like a month to 5 months, whatever. Everyone's different. I have this thing called cyclovnic bipolar.
Cyclovnic.
Yeah, I might be saying it wrong.
Sounds Russian. Cyclovnic.
Oh, don't get me started on Russians. I did a Russian joke last night, by the way.
Okay, that's it.
And so with mine, I have the same waves, but instead of being long waves, they're sometimes very short waves. So sometimes they can be hours. Do you know what I mean? Or just days or hours. So they're very different. So I've had a hard time with I was saying to Kels, like this morning I was really, really happy because we had speech therapy for my son at home, and I got to be part of it because I was at home. And then that left me on a real high, but when I went back to work, I completely crashed and ended up having a nap because I thought that would make me feel better. And I also watched a video about a super yacht.
Ooh.
That always makes me feel better for some reason. So that's been a bit of a struggle this week. The other thing that's been a struggle is, for reasons I don't know, I've had my grandmother in my mind. My grandmother passed away when I think I was about 9, going on 10. And we were very, very close, very close. And I lived with her my whole life, essentially. My whole life that I remember, at least. There was a short period where I lived with my mum and dad. Then when they separated, I lived with my grandmother. So she's been on my mind a lot, and that's been really, really hard. And normally I think about it every day, but lately it's constantly thinking about her. So that's been really hard as well, and that hasn't helped. Kels just did a wee tour of the room.
Did not have to say that. I could have been listening intently the whole time because
You were, yeah.
There's a vast difference between what you just said and when the first take.
And the first take, yeah.
And it was just very no, it was good to see because I don't know. There was when we started this journey, your biggest hang up was you just could not simply talk about this.
Yeah.
Shit. And
Yeah.
seeing you talk about it so freely was really nice. And then when you finally I think that's the most open you've been on this podcast since we started it.
Yeah.
And then for you to be like, it hasn't been recording, it's like, oh,
I
brutal.
know.
And then you're like, and this time around you're just like, yeah, it was real matter of factly. Like,
I know, it wasn't as emotional.
I've got this,
Sorry.
and I miss my grandmother, and
I'm
shit's
just-
been shit lately, and hard G, straight up.
I'm
And-
such a one and done guy.
Oh,
Do you know
I
what I mean?
couldn't do that. I mean, I was giving you shit about it, but I couldn't do that again.
Yeah. It's the same reason why people always come up to me when I do an open mic, I always have I only like to really have new material because I don't like to do it again.
Yeah, I feel you.
I hate revisiting materials. I like to live in the moment. But there have been some really good things this week. My wife's been one of them.
Yeah.
She was amazing.
She's always amazing. How is she more amazing than usual?
Just really supportive and really awesome, and
Oh, that's wicked.
just we spent like good time. We got a good amount of time to spend together. Like we normally don't get a lot of time, so this week we did, and that's been really really nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, and like we got to go out on Monday on my lunch break and like go do something fun.
Yeah.
And we laughed and laughed and laughed.
Wicked, man. I like hearing that. That's food for the soul, eh?
Yeah, we had one of those days where like, you know when you're like driving or you're doing or you are somewhere, right, and you see someone and you just start making up this whole story about them.
Oh, my daughter and I do it all the time.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
What are they talking about? Or
Yeah.
giving voices to animals.
Yeah. Well, we
man.
drove past the Cook Street Mini Mart, which is now on Princess Street. It's still called the Cook Street Mini Mart. And you know that's like an Indian spice shop. You know, like they specialize in Indian foods. And so as we were going by, there was this dude just like hugging rice. Do you know what I mean? Like he's just hugging it.
I am so happy.
Yeah, it was like
Is that what you're doing?
He's like, oh, I love rice.
Oh god,
Oh.
I love rice day. I wake up and I'm like, oh my goodness, it's rice day.
And he was with his mother and his wife. Now, well, we assume his mother and his wife. It could have been his mother and his sister or whoever. It doesn't matter. To us, it was.
Hey,
mother
you're running the story
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
It was,
And
mother wife.
at the same time, we're at the lights because that's on the corner by the lights. A courier driver pulled up next to us, and I'm not trying to be like racist or anything, but the courier driver was also Indian. It was just coincidental. It was just
he
purely
Post
coincidental.
Haste or
New Zealand
Couriers?
Post, I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
Was it red and yellow?
It was red, at least. I don't know about other colours. Okay. But it had his, they have the name on the door. And it was this Indian name who's, I forget the name now, but like, that became the rice guy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And fuck. And then so we pulled up at work and I was trying to give her a kiss goodbye and we could not stop laughing. And someone from work was just glaring at us the whole time.
Oh, look at those people who were happy.
Like,
how dare they?
Like, we were laughing and laughing and laughing.
I never, if I was that person and I see two people having a moment like that, it makes me kind of, I don't know, just for whatever it makes me happy.
It usually makes me happy too.
It's like,
but
they
she
look like a good
she
time.
was not happy.
Really?
About us.
Well,
being...
if whoever you are, fuck you.
Yeah, and
Like...
then ever since then, like the next day, I went to Wanganui, and when I got back to the office, she was there and was glaring at me like, "How dare you be happy while I'm not happy?"
Nah, maybe like she overheard, and that the crew driver's her husband or something.
Maybe. Tell him to calm down about the rice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he loves his rice.
Yeah. You should have yelled out to the window, "Is that basmati or jasmine?" It's basmati, obviously.
So my week's been like a real. He was literally just hugging it like.
It's like me when I eat, so I'm just doing my happy dance. Like...
It's like he had just arrived after being on a slow boat and not eaten the whole way.
In a shipping container.
Yeah, and they're like, "Look, here's 3 crackers, make it last because the journey's 3 months."
Rolled oats. And the rolled oats is like, it's just not quite the same.
Yeah,
you know?
and he arrived and they're like, "Oh, here's a bag of rice," and he was like, "This is the best thing that's ever happened to me."
Oh my god.
He was hugging it, and this was the joke though. More than he looked like he loved his wife. He loved the rice, and the joke became like he would only fuck his wife if she was covered in like what's the rice dish called? I can't remember.
Biryani.
Yeah, like chicken biryani. Yeah, he would only fuck. He's like, "Oh yeah,
Say biryani.
yeah."
Say basmati. Like, getting in the car, like she's like, "What is going on here?" Like you go to the back, like his seatbelt's in the basmati in the front, like
Yeah.
he's just like holding it while he's driving.
Yeah.
Puts it in the baby seat.
She comes home and there's just a dick-sized hole at the bottom of the bag, cum dripping out of it.
That is a coincidence. It was ectoplasm.
Yeah.
Spooky girls.
He comes home and she's like, "Oh, I made mashed potatoes," and he divorces her.
Yeah, that's it. Leave.
So that's been my week.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So again, that's kind of weird. The parallels between you and I. We've had highs and lows.
Highs and lows, yeah. It has been a bit high and low, but like...
But we're
That's
here,
okay.
and you live and learn.
It's exhausting though, isn't it?
It is
Like going
exhausting.
from happy to miserable is fucking
It's
exhausting.
kind of like when you in the middle of summer, right? And you go and say a bank or supermarket. It's nice and really cool, the air conditioning.
Yeah.
And you go outside and the automated doors open, and then boom, you get hit
It's
with
like
the
someone
heat.
smashes you, eh?
Yeah. It's it's actually physically debilitating, and it's taxing.
Yeah.
And you also have to be worried that you got your family around you. You can't lash out at them. Really trying your hardest to be a part of like your family and your group and your social events, work. Oh, I get it.
Yeah, it is quite
So
hard.
so
But
here we are.
that's my week. So should we move on to the next item on the agenda?
What is the next? Was it meant to be the first one? Like no.
Yeah. Do you want to do your virginity story?
Well, the one that you want me to talk about, I didn't agree to this, but I've been put on blast, so to speak. Is this...
Oh, look, if you want to cover it, otherwise we'll do the hypotheticals.
I don't mind. I'm sure people are chomping at the bit to hear my lost my virginity story.
Dildo's ready, everyone.
But in saying that, like, I know there's been times when you go like new jobs or social, team building exercises and whatnot, and or it's like everyone around the room, right? 2 lies and 1 truth, or
one, 2, 3.
or like you'll be able to work like work drinks, and then people like where did you lose your virginity? And what about you? And it's going around the table, and I'm sitting there like, oh wow, this is gonna be good. And everyone's just like, at a party, at a park, in a bush, and a blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Kels, what about you? How old are you and where were you when you lost your virginity? I was like, it was a month before my 15th birthday, and I lost my virginity at Disneyland. So yeah. And everyone was like, what? I'm like, yeah, Disneyland over in California. They go, you lost your virginity at Disneyland? I'm like, yeah, to one of the few white girls I've ever slept with in my life. Well, we didn't sleep.
Minnie Mouse.
Yeah. Oh man,
Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse. Like,
he's like, oh, Kels! Oh, Kels!
Gosh, Mickey. They really are well hung in the Polynesian islands. Like, yep.
Come on, my big black hairs!
Actually, those are the ears that Tommy would need.
No, let's move on.
Okay,
cool. I'm over that story.
Yeah, cool. He mentioned it last night. I'm like,
oh, gross.
He mentioned it.
All right, let's keep going.
So yeah, she was 17. She was a 17-year-old blonde girl from Canada, and she so originally we're in it was in the jacuzzi at Disneyland Resort, and for those who didn't listen to the podcast a couple of weeks ago, we won the holiday. So
that's right. Yeah.
So we're over there. It was the Disneyland Resort, and it was my brother and I went out there like swimming, and then it got dark, and then we jumped into this like jacuzzi, and he was talking about like he was going inside shortly because our room had cable.
I see.
And we didn't have Sky back home, so my brother was like, "There's like over 100 channels, man. I just don't know where to start." Oh no, he was like a lot younger, but it was they were sitting, and then Dad came out. He was having a cigarette, just like, oh yeah, like. And when he went and while I was sitting there, this mother and daughter, they came along and they sat in the jacuzzi, and we were talking for a while. Like we had a lot of things in common. Canada, like in New Zealand.
Oh yeah.
We're the younger brother to the bigger, faggier fucking country, Australia or America. I say faggier, who cares? We're running with it. And then my dad was like, go inside. My brother went with and then when they were leaving, the mum was like, I think I might call it a night as well. And then I can't remember her name.
Oh.
Called it Blondie. It's called Blondie.
Kels.
She was actually, I don't know, I can't
call
remember.
it Canada.
Oh, Canada. Oh, and she, so the mum left, and it was her and I. And then she was just like, can you just say something? Like, it's like your accent's amazing. And I was just like, oh, no, yeah, we won this holiday, raffle, this half a nation raffle. Yeah, it's a mean score. And she's like, oh my god, that's so cute. I'm like, yeah, no, fuck you. And then, anyway, long story short, she mounted an innocent 14-year-old me.
Mm-hmm.
And
how old was she?
17.
Okay, that's statutory rape. That's fine.
Yeah. It is.
In this country, at least.
I agreed to it so hard though. I was just like, yes to everything that's happening.
Yeah.
This is the best day of my life.
Consent. She's like, why are you yelling at me? I just want to know.
Yeah, and then she's like, to her friends the next day, have you ever been with a guy who yells consent when he orgasms? Huh? That's not normal? Okay. And then, so, I don't know how long it lasted. It wasn't long. I can tell you that. It was not long at all.
Yeah.
So warm inside. And then
Were you in the jacuzzi still?
Yeah. But then, you look, right ahead is, because Disneyland's right next door, and there was this big wooden one of those old school wooden roller coasters.
Oh yeah.
And it had this big Mickey Mouse and lights silhouette. Yeah. So when I ejaculated, I was looking at the Mickey Mouse logo.
Yeah,
so
that's what did it for you.
Maybe. I mean,
you're like, corporate entities,
yeah. I like the one that consent. Like, I consent to this. And then,
you're listening, Mickey.
And then she was like, so cute, so cute. And then she walked away out of the jacuzzi and out of my life. I
You never saw her again.
Never saw that bitch again. Straight up. I was like,
Imagine if, like,
fucking hell.
tomorrow you get a phone call and it's your lost son.
Oh, I reckon there's that trip to Thailand a couple of years ago. I'm sure there's some half-caste Thais with curly hair just shooting threes and just playing ball. Like, I had never seen Thai kid play basketball so well. Like so good. So very muscular. Where you all get such good genes from? And the mum's like, it was a whirlwind summer romance. I believe his name was Kels or Kelvin. Or Yelvin. It could be a soft K.
Could you give me a soft K?
So I lost my virginity at Disneyland. And you're right too, because there was definitely no pulling out. You don't know what pulling out is. At 14.
No.
You fought at 14, and
You barely know what putting it in is.
yeah, I don't even know. She did all the work. Really, I just sat there consenting away though.
Yeah.
Consenting away, and it's like it was
Do you know what's funny?
Yeah. So yeah.
Is if you next time you're jumping into the dashboard for the show. So for those who are listening, we go with Anchor to distribute our show, and they have a dashboard that shows where people are listening. We actually have a listener in Canada.
Oh no!
So,
No! There's a paper
if
trail.
you're her,
There's a paper trail. Oh no! Change the name of this podcast. Abort.
please.
Abort.
Yeah, well, that might be what she had to do.
You mean she got a schmushmoshment at the schmushmoshment? Wow. What could have been?
If you're listening to this and you're in Canada, please, even if you're not her, could you reach out just so we know who you are?
Fuck off! Don't do that. No.
But if you are her,
Man, can you imagine like paying child support alimony in New Zealand? I'm sure is quite expensive, but doing that
internationally,
internationally,
she got no proof. Oh wait, she does because we just recorded the proof.
we did.
Oh, you don't know her name.
You don't know my.
You know, if you're in Canada or
Fuck off! No, don't listen to Dylan. No.
Aussie or
Just
Uzbekistan.
think of it as like a chapter in your life. It was good memories, good yarns.
She
And
might want round two, bro.
move the fuck on, please.
She might be gorgeous and wants round two.
I don't care. Yeah, but like that comes at a price. Being a kid, like is the pussy so good? You want to be a father to a? How old would that be? It was the year.
But maybe she didn't get pregnant. She's just longed for you since.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't blame her. Like,
Because maybe she got back into the room and I was like, "Where were you?" And she's like, "I was just fucking that."
she was like,
wee
I'm
Polynesian boy.
never.
And
the pool boy.
Yeah,
help.
and the mother was like, "You're never seeing him again." And ever since then, she's
No.
what if ever since then she's just sat in her room, like growing her pubes long, hoping
January
you'll come
2001.
back.
So the kid will be 21 this year.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I'm not saying she had a kid. I'm just saying, what if she's still waiting for you to come back?
A little girl waits. A white girl waits.
And she's a millionaire.
A white girl. Now we're swinging. I turned to my seat. I'm like, a millionaire.
Yeah. Hey, she could be the heiress to the bloody Tim Hortons fortune for all we know. And that's why she was at California Disney.
One of them rich white girls, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She was defying Daddy. She's like, yeah, Daddy, you
Is
might
that why
have
she was
all
calling me daddy?
You might have all the Tim Hortons money, but I've got my wee Polynesian boy.
It doesn't matter. She was calling me daddy with an I, so it's okay.
Daddy.
What the daddy? I'm like, why are you having an accent?
Because you put an I in it, so I had to.
Daddy.
Dee
Daddy. So that's how I.
That's how you lost your virginity. Well done. That's a virginity story by. I think next week we should do another sex story from you. What do you think?
The
How about the first
Thai
time you
holiday?
blew a dude? What was that one?
Oh man, the first time I blew a guy.
The first time.
Ah,
Yeah.
the first time I blew a guy. Wow.
Oddly enough, that was at another amusement park.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah,
Dream World.
That was at Rambo's End.
Yeah.
I was on the long,
happen
I was
at
on the
Rambo's
long
End.
ride, and I met this burly young man who was making me candy floss, and I was like, "You are the guy."
You're like, let's go to the log flume if you know what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
yeah,
Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, yeah, I want to ride that roller coaster. You want to go on the pirate ship? You know what I mean? Like, hold on tight.
I love that pirate ship. That pirate ship, funnily enough, I had a dream about that pirate ship.
I call my dick the
the
motion master because it makes
me.
you sick.
And the handles are sticky.
Well, no, that pirate ship, like, if you actually go right at the top, it's nice, it's not bad. You got no hands.
It's gone now, though, isn't it?
Nah, still there.
Is it? I thought it was gone. I thought they were going to get rid of it.
Yeah, man. Like, and it also helps if you smoke a little weed before you go on there too. So I heard.
I heard. So I got two hypothetical questions for you to end the show.
Roll with it.
Do you want the first one or the second one first? A or B?
A.
Okay, let's go with A. Someone comes to you Doesn't matter who.
Comes to me?
Someone
Not on.
arrives at your door.
Okay.
They knock on the door, and you're the only one home, and they come in, and they've got a briefcase full of money.
Cool.
Let's say $10 million.
So, yep, okay.
No, too much money.
Oh, fuck.
$1 million.
Yeah, $1 million. What's the difference when you're poor? What's $1 million and 10 million? What's the difference? So it's just lots of monies.
It's enough for you guys. It's enough for you to like
$1 million, yeah, that's
buy
fine.
a house.
Yeah, put it on crypto, double it in a year, no big deal.
Whatever.
Anyway, $1 million. Who is this person?
$1 million.
Am I allowed to ask questions yet?
Yeah, you can ask questions as you go, but no, the person says it doesn't matter who I am.
Is it male or female?
It's a male.
Are they in like a? They look like they're from Men in Black. Is like Mr. Anderson.
No, they're wearing a nice suit though.
Okay.
A nice dark blue navy suit, white shirt, green tie.
Green tie. Ugh.
Nice shoes.
Did you ever wear? That's not.
I have a green tie. Shut up.
Yeah, but not with the navy blue. Anyway, Carol.
Doesn't matter what he's wearing.
I'll go open collar with the brown.
He's
leather.
colourblind. Leave him alone.
Okay.
Okay. Nice shoes. Smells great.
Okay.
So you can tell straight away he means business.
So you know me by name?
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, Kelvin.
Mr. Westcombe,
This is for you.
can I come in and talk to you about a business arrangement?
I'm like, sure, mate.
So he places a button on the table.
A button. Yeah.
Button. A little box.
Is the briefcase already open by now?
No.
I know what's in there.
No, he's just got a briefcase.
Okay, sit down. He's got a button.
He's got a button. On top of the... No, so he's got a box. On top of the box is a little button.
Yeah.
And he says, you have a choice. This box has a button. And if within the next 24 hours you push the button, you will get $1 million. This $1 million here in my briefcase.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But if you push that button, someone will die.
Oh, dude. Oh, God. Fuck.
Now, it will just be someone in this country.
It could be anyone.
You don't know who it is.
Oh, no.
You'll never know.
Nah.
You'll never know who this person is.
Brutal.
It could be someone in prison,
It could be my mum.
or it could be your next door neighbour.
Could be you.
No, it's someone you don't know.
Someone I don't know.
Someone you don't know
So I'm
will
not
die.
emotionally attached to them, so to speak.
Nope.
Okay.
At the same time,
It's like it's bit, yeah.
at the same time, it could be a father of 3 young children who works 45 hours a week to put food on the table for them.
65 because he's got a
Well,
second job
whoever
doing
gives
a
a
paper
fuck.
run. Just
Okay,
to pay
sure.
For,
He also does Uber Eats in the weekends, right?
Because the wife cheated and left him.
Sure. All right.
Yeah.
And he's got one leg and he's a
I
veteran.
was gonna fuck you. I was about to say he's got one leg. He lost a gangrene because what made him happiest was mountain climbing, and he had a mountain climbing
Sure.
accident. So now he doesn't have that passion.
On his 1 week off from fighting the Taliban, he went on a tramp. Yep. It could be him. Or it could be a solo mum. Or it could be a kid.
Can it not be a fuckwit who's just a...
No, you won't know.
God damn.
You won't know.
Okay.
But they will die.
They will die instantly. Just drop as soon as I press that button.
Within another 24 hours, they'll die.
Really, what's the difference? They don't know it's going to happen.
So you have to know every time now, if you push that button, you'll know someone's about to die.
When you said every time, does that mean I can press the button
No,
again
no,
to get another
sorry.
million, but another person dies? Like,
No, it's a one-time.
this is fun! I'm like, look at the money rolling!
Okay. Every time you push it, you don't get more money, but another person will die.
That's all right, just doing it for the fuck of it.
Now you're just like... You're doing that Alex the Kid cheat to get more lives?
Yeah. Like, people used to use tea towels sometimes. I was a thumb man. Like,
Yeah.
Alright, so...
Who used tea towels?
I don't know, I was unbeatable with the thumbs.
So...
That's a fucked up stipulation.
Okay.
You can actually do it again, but you get nothing from it, but another person dies.
Yeah, every time you push it, someone dies. But you don't know them.
I wouldn't want to do it
But
again and again
you
if I get nothing
might
out
be
of
sitting
it.
there planning $1 million that you have in hand, turn on the news, and it's like father of 4
But I wouldn't even know that it was me.
But you won't know it wasn't you.
Yeah, so that means that $1 million would go towards psychiatric care because I'm clearly going to go in the nut house because that would do my head in.
Or it could be like, the other thing is you don't know how they're going to die. It could be a bullet to the head, or it could be they were slowly tortured to death.
Jesus Lord. So you want my answer?
Yeah, well, do you
No.
push a button or not?
Nah.
No, see, I'm pushing that button, motherfucker. I'm just like, see ya.
Really?
Oh, $1 million. Imagine what I can do with my kids for $1 million.
I know that, but like you said, like it could be a solo. It could be
Dude, I don't watch the news.
but it's someone that you don't know. Like I just couldn't do that. And like I know I definitely breathe a lot of fuckwittism out. I
Yeah.
have this cuntiness to me.
Yeah.
But like you scratch the surface, and there's
You're
a lot
a
of guilt.
sensitive person.
There's a lot of guilty conscience in there. I just don't have like I'm not the sort of guy that can cheat on them. I can't. There's certain things I mean I apparently steal from my parents from the shop too when we lived in that dairy to play.
That was 20 cents at a time though.
It was but yeah. I mean, M Bison was hard.
Hey, how did that dairy work out for your family though?
Put us in crippling debt. But that was because my parents were too nice, and the ice creams were ginormous.
Okay.
But no way, I can't do it.
We're going to change the hypothetical up.
Could we change like the repercussions of
Okay,
pressing the
hold
button?
on. Before we change it, yes, I'm going to change repercussions. Before I do change it though, let me ask you this: what is the price where you would push that button? Like, what is the dollar amount? Because at one stage we're like, how much would it cost Salma Hayek to shit in your mouth? And you're like $472,000.
We talked about this last night, and you guys are giving me shit for this. So I want to put this out there for people listening. When we had this scenario, so imagine like you're playing that stupid game where it's like, how much would it cost for you? How much money would you take to suck a dick, or how much money would you take for say in this case Salma Hayek to shit in your mouth, right? Now, if I see what's the lowest amount, obviously.
Yeah.
So now, if I said 20 million. Right? And you turn around and like, would you do it for 19? I would say, yes, I would. And we'll get down to 10 million. And then we'll get down to, would you do it for
$472,000?
Would you do it for $1 million? And I'll be like, yes. And would you do it for $500,000? I was like, I would. Would you do it for 475? I'll be like, yes. And would you do it for 450? I'll be like, nah, I'm drawing the line at 4. That's why I said 475. But I skipped all that rigmarole, saved you guys the time because I'm a good friend, and I said 475. And as soon as I said 475k, you and Morgan collectively looked at me like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, you meant to be a salesman in the previous time. You could have done 20 mil. I'm like, and I was sitting there like, I saved the time of doing the whole, and you guys are like, I'm the good guy here. You guys were like, for shame, Kels. I don't respect you anymore.
Okay.
But that's the reason.
Okay, to push the button, what's the dollar amount?
But now we're looking at there's no difference now because
so the man says, look, you don't know this person.
Yeah, so then
you're never going to know. You're never going to know, but also you're never going to not know.
That means I'm a man that can be bought.
Yeah. So is there a dollar amount that will make you push that button? Like if he said to you, okay, I'll give you $3 million.
There's no difference between 1 and 3.
There's 2 million differences.
Nah, there's like $1 million is like it would change your life. Like
Okay. So there's no amount.
There's no. I couldn't do it.
Okay.
I'm just being serious.
I'm going to change the scenario.
I couldn't do it.
I'm going to change the scenario. What happens with the button? Someone's still going to die.
If that
no matter what.
If that button ever gets pressed, I've already decided no, I don't want it. And then he's like, all right, so I respect your decision. You'll never see me again. And he leaves, right? But he leaves the button, right?
Yeah.
So if it ever gets pressed, someone dies. What do I do with the button? If I can't break it because by breaking it, you're going to push the button, right?
That's your problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what am I going to do with it? I'll probably put the button where I leave my keys because I always lose my keys.
No, because then you're searching around for the keys in the dark and you push the button.
And I'll be like, where would I put the button? I'll put it
my ass.
No, because then I'll clench and press it often.
No. He doesn't say the button will work though. He just leaves.
I'm assuming it'll work.
Okay.
Fuck. I'd be like, he didn't leave his card or anything. 5 minutes later, thinking about it, I'm like, actually, you know what? Like, no, fuck that. Like, what do I always say? Like, if you want something, you gotta go take it in life. Like, be ruthless and take it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that. Where is he gone? I'll run out in the street. He's gone. Like, oh no! And we're running around. Have you seen a white man in a suit? White man in a suit. No! And then I'll be screwed, and then I'll be living in regret the rest of my life. But no, I don't. What would I do with the button? I'd hide it. I'd put it away somewhere.
Okay. I'm going to change the scenario. Okay. He walks in, he puts the button down, and he says to you, Mr. Westcombe, if you push this button...
It's pronounced Westcombe, but it's Karen.
Well, he doesn't know you that well.
You do very well. That's why it's inexcusable.
Mr. Westcombe, if you push this button...
Yep.
Not only will you get $100 million...
$100 million? Dude, that's a big bird. That's a lot of money.
But 3 people of your choosing will get $100 million. Sorry, no. You're one of the people. So 2 people of your choosing, I should say. So 3 of you will end up with $100 million each.
Right.
He's like, tax-free.
But
If you push this button, not only will someone you don't know die.
But someone I do.
No.
Okay, sorry.
Someone you don't know will die.
Yeah.
But they will die right in front of you.
Whenever it was to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, but I don't know them.
You don't know them, but they will die right in front of you, and you cannot stop it.
I cannot stop it.
And you say to him, "But Mr. Stranger, how will they die?"
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
And he goes, "Their throat will be slit."
Right.
So it won't be nice.
Okay.
It'll be 2 minutes of torture to them, basically.
Is it quite a public place?
No, you don't know.
Okay. Well, we don't know.
He doesn't answer. He says, "I will not answer any more questions."
Okay, so his throat's getting slit.
So-
my thing would be like, man,
So there's $300 million up for grabs here.
what party am I at? What hell of a bender?
No, you're at home.
I'm at home, so
Yeah.
I've got people around, and
No, it's just you. Daughter's at...
no, I'm talking about when the person's throat gets slit. Like,
Oh, no, you don't know when that's going to happen or where. That you could be in line at McDonald's.
I'd want to be in the
Or
line
you could be in your bed.
Okay, so the girl. Well, then, if I'm in bed, that means there's only other one person. There'll be only the person. The other person that's going to be in my room at the time would be like someone that I'm, having like sexual relations.
No, but they say you know them.
How the hell do I, someone that I don't know is in my room? How's a stranger?
Doesn't matter. That's what he tells you.
I'll be like, excuse me, random stranger. What are you doing standing
Yeah,
in my
maybe
room?
they break in.
And they're just like, well, I just got a bit lost, and they're like, oh, who's this? Like, oh, I'm like, second stranger. Person dying.
Yeah, and then he throws a knife and you catch it.
Oh
and
man,
your
lucky
fingerprints
I'm
are on it.
rich.
And your fingerprints are on the knife now.
Oh, so now I'm going to fucking jail?
But maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe you're in line at McDonald's.
Dude,
maybe you're at my house. Maybe you're at... It doesn't matter where. It's going to happen.
I'm hoping it's in public, because then they're still like, they're dying, right?
Yeah.
So then I could have a photo moment where I'm like, let's say it's at the crossing at the plaza, and it was in the middle of the crossing.
Yeah.
And I run out there, and then the person's got is dying, and I hold them in my arms. I've got blood all over me.
And you're like, I'm rich, bitch!
I'm like, $100 notes, please. No, like I'm holding them, and then I've got blood all over me, and I'm like got my head up screaming, no. And then there's a photographer that takes a photo, and then like, local man becomes hero trying to save slain, stabbed being, and then I become like this humanitarian.
Hey, $100 million, you could find out who the person's family is and give them $10 million. And they'll be like, this is the best thing that ever happened to us.
Yeah,
he was actually an arsehole and he beat me up every day.
Yeah, and it's like, so I'm looking at, like, so I'm all over the news as a guy who's tried to save this guy's life, so I already had this great reputation, and then I give the money away, but then I've got to deal with that underlying secret of, and then I start getting anonymous emails just like, I know what you did last summer.
Yeah, and even though you didn't kill him, you killed him.
I did.
Or her.
I did. Yeah, but then like...
But the question is...
Oh, yeah, okay.
You pushing the button?
Well, let's see. I got my daughter and my mum here. I get to give it to 200 people, right? So that's 300 million under one roof.
I was hoping I was one of the people. That's fine, bro. That's fine. Whatever.
I'll check you a few shekels. Like,
you couldn't make me one of them. Like, fuck, come on.
No, of course I would. Like, I'm like, because I'm like $100 million. You're going for adoption. Your dad's out. I'm out of here. You're dead to me. No,
I would adopt your daughter.
Hey, yeah, she's amazing. She's
because she comes with $100 million.
She goes
like, we'll be high fiving every day.
Legal. She's legal in like 2.5 years. It's like you're just saying to Jen.
Gross! I don't want to fucking.
What the fuck? Where did your mind go?
Legal. Like she's 18 in 2.5 years.
Oh, your mind does go to sex every time.
No, I was like, oh, fucking. No,
I was about to say 2.5 years, and then she won't be your problem because she's out to the work. So you're saying to Jen. What the fuck? Your mind went there. Like, I can't finish
I'll tell you what would
story.
happen if I adopted your daughter and she came with $100 million and I already had $100 million. Because every day we would high five each other like 5 times and be like, millionaires, bitch!
I can't get past the fact that your mind went straight to that.
No, I thought that's what you were saying. No. I was like, that's not why I want to adopt your daughter. I'm doing it because she's a lovely person.
Jen was like, another kid in the house that you'd be like, babe, we just had to put up with her for 2 years.
Oh no, Jen would be like, okay.
Okay. No,
you know what Jen's like.
Yeah, but
she's got an open heart. Okay, scenario 2.
Okay.
This will make you feel better.
Yeah. Those are horrible people.
So this person's throat gets
done,
God. Right?
So those are two horrible hypotheticals. Give us a nice one. You start off with so a person's throat gets cut. I'm like, oh.
Person's throat gets cut, and then they throw the knife to you. You catch it, and you get framed, and so you're on death row.
So I'm now on death row,
which has been brought back.
Just so this is going to make you feel better, Kels. This scenario, this hypothetical is shit.
It's the day before death. Your death. No, it's the day of. and they come to you and say,
I'm on Green Mile.
"What's your last meal, mate? You get anything you want."
My name's Kelvin Coffee. Like the drink, only spelled different.
It's a soft K.
Yeah. I tried to take it back, but they wouldn't let me, boss. And I'm like a 6'6" black guy, you know, shit. Yeah, on the chain gang, like, we're gonna go down the line, down to New Orleans, yeah. I don't like this hypothetical, but carry on.
Okay, what's your last meal before the injection?
What's my last meal?
Yeah, what is your death row meal?
How am I getting executed first?
Well, your
The
style
next
of your
day.
choice. You can get gas
You
chamber.
don't get to choose, like
You do get to choose.
You get to choose.
In the US, you get to choose.
Really? So if
Yeah.
I just
Other countries, not so much.
So if I just sort of laughed and I just like I want to be stoned to death, like just throw rocks in my head till I die.
Oh, I don't think they do that. I think you can do like
Hang.
gas, injection, hung, or shot, or something like that. Look, I'm no expert on this, but you can choose out of those 4.
Okay, I'm just thinking like I don't want something that gives me sore guts, because I reckon like say the electric chair, it'll be like I'm sure you're gonna shit yourself, and I want that to be my lasting impression.
The injection's the best way.
Probably.
You go to sleep, and that's it.
It's too topical right now because I'm having my
Okay.
vaccination in 2 weeks. And now I'm just gonna be
Okay, so you're going to be shot in the head. Instant death.
instant.
Yeah. Instant death.
Okay.
But what that's not the point. You're not track. What's the last meal, motherfucker? Okay, can we start again? Last hypothetical. What's a perfect meal? You can have anything you want. Perfect meal.
And I get to share it with like you and Jen and the kids and my mom's and my daughter.
No, because you're on death row. No, yeah, whoever you want. No, it's not the company, it's the food. Fuck, it's the food, Kels.
You told me that this was going to be a nice hypothetical. Now,
Okay.
you know how close I've been to go to jail?
Okay, here we go.
You don't know my
It's
criminal
your birthday.
history.
It's your birthday. It's
Okay.
February 14,
Yeah, baby.
right?
Yeah.
And I come to you and I say, Kels, I got $100 million.
Yeah.
You don't want to know how.
I'm like, okay. I want to know how.
I pushed the button, now I got this money, right? Don't ask any more questions.
Okay.
What do you want for your birthday? I will give you anything you want. Money is not an issue,
Okay.
but it has to be from someone who's alive, obviously. It has to be gettable.
Well, you got $100 million. Anything's gettable.
No, because if you're like, I want a mow estate, I can't do that.
Oh, okay.
for you.
Well, I already got an answer now.
And if you like, I want you to bring back my dead great-grandmother who made me the best rice ever, I can't do that.
Served by a Moriori.
No, yeah, see, can't be done.
While Hitler like does a jig.
And blows you.
Yeah.
No, blows a Jew.
He blows a Jew, and then I just blow my load all over his little moustache.
Sure, but I can't get that, Kels. What can I get
Okay.
that will make your birthday?
I'm like
perfect
anything
dinner?
in the world.
Yeah, anything in the
I
world.
want to fly me to America. I want to try White Castle.
Is that it?
I want to try White Castle.
White Castle.
You don't want to try those sliders?
I'm not saying I don't want it. I'm just saying like that's your
Well,
your go-to.
that yeah, or I'd want to fly to Italy and have an authentic Italian pizza, while we sit on the lawn in
Okay,
front of the
I can deal with that one.
while we sit on the lawn in front of the Leaning Tower.
You know that's empty inside.
I'm empty inside, so
Oh,
here you go. The law of attraction. There I am. That's why I'm in front of it.
it looks like a penis and it's empty like me. I like it.
It's high, rigid, and slanty to the left. And people want to take photos with it.
So an authentic Italian pizza in White Castle.
Yeah, because like you got to fly. We're flying via America, so while we're there and stopover, we might as well get the White Castle.
So
Two birds,
okay,
one-
let's just go back to the death row thing.
Oh, great! That's what I want to talk about. Yep. Yeah, let's go.
Like if you get one last meal, you want to go for something you've never had.
No, because what if I don't like it? Now I'm stuck with it.
But that's what I'm trying to say.
But I'm dying tomorrow. Who gives a fuck? Like,
Well, that's true because you're like, well, at least
I'd want.
tick
I'd probably
that
want
box.
a really nice, well done lasagna, like a well cooked.
That's your favourite, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of Death Row, Snoop Dogg just purchased Death Row. He's now the owner of Death Row Records.
Is he? Well,
Yeah, man.
we know Mr. Snoop Dogg listens, so congratulations,
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, nigga. SNOOP
I tell you
double G.
something interesting about Snoop Dogg
I can't
and
fake it, just
food.
break it is when I take it. See, I specialize in making all the girls get naked. Yeah.
I watched a video the other day, and it was people try celebrities' fried chicken recipes, and then so there was 4 celebrities.
Yeah.
They made the fried chicken exactly how the celebrity said.
Oh, sounds like
And
we've
you
got
got to
YouTube
vote.
right in front of us. Let's
Now,
look it up.
3 of the celebrities were famous chefs.
Right.
Gordon Ramsay was one of them.
He wouldn't know how to do fried chicken.
It was shit, apparently.
Yeah, he's a fucking pom.
Another person,
Were any of them dark skin?
Snoop was the 4th.
No,
person.
any of the 3 chefs were. So Snoop was the 4th.
Snoop was the 4th.
I would have been like, oh, my money would have been on Snoop. Like,
Yeah.
because that's.
Well, he won.
He did?
Yeah. Everyone was like, his is the best.
Yeah, because it's kind of like, to get 3 white dudes and say
So
me
they
to
weren't
cook
just
like
dudes.
taro and chop suey, for instance. They wouldn't know how to make it. Like Snoop,
No.
fried chicken, black people.
Yeah.
Black people love them some fried chicken. And
I fucking love some
Polynesians.
fried chicken. I make a good fried chicken, by the way.
Do you?
Yeah, I got my shit down pat. You know what the secret is?
What?
The batter, or not the batter, the dip. You know, you flour it and then dip
Right,
it and
yeah.
then crumb it or whatever. The dip you put in fizzy water.
Really?
Yo, fuck yeah.
Is that right? Fizzy,
No
like soda
kidding.
water.
Yeah,
Soda water.
tonic or whatever.
Soda water is the secret.
Oh yeah.
But would Sprite be a bit too far? Have you
No,
tried it?
you could do Sprite, but
Give it a little bit of sweetness to it.
yeah, right. So like you brine your chicken, right, and then or if you don't want to brine it, you put it in yogurt.
What the? Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Sort of like
So you put some spices in
Greek
yogurt?
unsweetened sort of thing.
Yep. You put. We always have it in the fridge. You might notice. You put your chicken in, and then you shake it, leave it in there for a few days, well, a day, overnight.
Yeah.
Shake it off.
You don't want it to be off when you cook it.
Dip it into the flour. Dip it into your flour, seasoned flour,
Right.
and then into the oil.
Damn.
Yeah. Or brine it, or dry brine it, and then into
Chicken.
couple eggs, a little bit of flour, 1 cup of flour, 3 eggs, and a bottle, not a bottle, like a can, like 300 mils of fizzy.
Schweppes soda
tonic,
water.
yeah.
Tonic water.
And then so you then go flour, tonic water, mix, and flour again, and then into your fry. And it'll be crispy and juicy.
When are you guys having lasagna for dinner again?
Probably next week.
How do you think of that? I got a lot of like good feedback from people that they really enjoyed Tracy on the
Me,
podcast
yeah.
last week.
I'm keen to have Tracy back.
I thought it'd be cool if we had more like people on the podcast.
I agree.
Have 1 week on, 1 week off, sort of thing.
I think it's a good idea.
So
Who
like,
should we get next week?
I think Justin.
Right. We will reach out to Justin.
I already have.
Okay, and he's keen?
Yeah, real keen. Yeah, because it's like because because some of these people that we're gonna have on, like on the podcast, like we know them quite well, like on a personal level. And same with Justin, and I know that like a lot of people go through different things with the mental health and whatnot. I'm not saying they had to talk about it or whatnot, but it's like if they wanted to dig, because I know with Tracy, she sort of talked about her battles with mental health and whatnot, and because it doesn't have to be about men, even though the focus should be more on men because we suck at doing that, opening up. But I know Justin's in the same boat. But then on top of that, he's just got to he's another comedian. It's going to be quite lopsided. There'll be a lot of comedians on here. But like I feel like we look at things a lot differently. Like when we talk about things that are really morbid, like we're the sort of people that would we know we usually do know the right things to say for a laugh. Like we're not laughing at the premise. We're not laughing at suicide or abortion or whatever.
How we do it.
But we're laughing. We're finding something funny, like the little shimmer of gold in that dirt pan. Like something we can find the funny in anything.
Yeah.
And it's and the way we can, and when we're writing things, like Justin's an award-winning writer as well. We're all we're all pretty good at what we do in terms of finding the right things to say. And I think having these people that on the podcast they'll be cool. Plus, I'm sure people get sick of us sometimes.
Probably.
Maybe.
Okay, cool. So next week, Justin, we'll tee it up.
Yeah. Well,
I guess he is.
was that not the seat? Was that the?
No, that bit was my asshole.
Your asshole. Okay.
Do you have you got it before you jump? We should probably wrap this up.
Okay. Oh, because you got work tomorrow.
I got work tomorrow.
Yeah, we're quite.
It's nearing midnight.
Really? Okay.
Oh no, it's 10:46. Sorry.
10:40. It's not even close to midnight.
Sorry, I saw this on the screen. It said 12:08, and I'm like, holy shit.
It's 12:08. Oh, that's
the time of the video.
That's YouTube. Did I close the Pornhub down? I did.
You did. Good on you.
I did. Cool. I got it before you jump.
There you go.
Before you jump, check the batteries.
Oh yes.
Because if you don't, you might end up saying some beautiful things in poetry in motion, and no one will be around to see it. It's like if a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, did it really fall?
Yeah.
Did Dylan actually talk about his feelings?
Yes, he did.
But before you jump, check the batteries, reach out, and talk with a smile on your face. That's wrapping up from Kels' Shed. Kels' Shed.